Hi guys, welcome to Embrace Tai Chi, where we explore Tai Chi principles and training in a way that's useful for you. Today we're going to work on clearing the stagnant Qi within ourselves, mentally, physically, emotionally, all of that. What we want to do is think of ourselves as like a car that needs an oil change. You know, we get oil in our car, and normally when it's working properly, it circulates throughout the automobile and helps keep all the engine parts running smoothly. But over time, the oil gets gunked up, picks up all kinds of debris and stuff along the way, and it becomes dirtier. It becomes harder to use. And after a while, it can begin causing engine problems. So before you put new oil into the car, you need to take out all the old oil and take off that oil filter, replace it, get something new in there, clean it out so you can bring the fresh in. The next part of our Tai Chi training will be to bring natural Qi into us from the environment. But before we do that, we want to remove any stagnant Qi that we've got within ourselves. Again, physically, mentally, emotionally. So the way we usually do that is with some Tai Chi exercises. We're going to work on 3 today: the big drop, shaking the pillar, and throwing the ball. Nice little sayings for these movements that we do. As we go through these, we're just going to first start with the physical. We're going to feel for tension, because tension is the first way that stagnant Qi shows itself through the body. It always shows itself through tension, which is why when we're practicing Tai Chi, we're always trying to reduce tension, always trying to find tension and let it go. So to start, let's begin with what we've already done. Let's go ahead with sinking the Qi. Bring your feet about shoulder width apart. Your back up, shoulders back, roll the shoulders forward. Nice big breath in, completely filling the lungs all the way down to your belly. Relaxing, breathing out. Now as we breathe in again, let's bring those hands up as though we're going to give the sky a great big hug. Bring it in, but this time as we come down, let's scan our body for any tension. Any tension in the head, the face, neck, shoulders, chest or back. Any tension in the arms, upper arms, lower arms. Any tension in the diaphragm, coming down the ribs. Any tension in the spine. Any tension in the lower arms or the hands. Any tension in your hips. Tension in the legs. Feeling for tension in the knees, calves, shins, feet, toes, all the way through. Let's do that again. Bringing a great big hug down. Scanning your body for tension. Breathing easy. Just trying to relax. Breathing out. One more time. Scan for some tension. Breathe out. Now hopefully you found something in there, something that doesn't quite feel right or something that just feels a little tighter than it should. If not, congratulations, you don't need this. You are completely relaxed and completely at ease. But chances are there's something in there. You might just have to search for it a little bit more. It's very common for us to be like, I don't feel no tension. I'm fine. Okay, that's tension. Okay, sorry, I hate to tell you. So you just kind of want to relax and just smooth everything out as you're going through. And we're going to go through our first Qigong exercise. This is called the big drop. All we're going to do is just let our hands float up. And you can even float your heels off the ground and then let it all go. So you're just kind of going to float up and drop down. You're going to drop all that tension from your body, from your mind, down into the ground. I actually like to think of it as like, again, I know it sounds a little woo-woo, but I like to think of it as like a dark cloud or something coming out of my hands. And I imagine black triangles in the ground. And I'm sending all that tension, all that frustration, whatever it is I've got inside, I'm sending it down into the ground below me, sending it down to the center of the earth. Now, sometimes we think of this tension as negative energy. that's fine because our negative energy is fertilizer for the earth and the environment around us. So even though it's not doing me any favors, it can be used for creative growth for the environment around me. It's a nice way to think about it. So you're actually helping. Your trash is the environment's treasure. Okay, it's your loss is its gain. So we're going to get rid of that tension, whatever's tightening us, that stagnation, and we're going to give it to the earth, and the earth is going to do what it will with it and create more life, more chi, more health with it. So let's do that. Let's take a quick scan. Oh yeah, there's that tension. Float it up. Throw it down. And I like to do these. Sometimes I'll do them 36, sometimes 300 times. Okay, depends on how I'm feeling that day. But we're just going to, let's do a dozen. Okay, so we're going to bring up. Throw it down. Up, breathe in. Let it go down. Up. Down. I also like to slam my heels into the ground. That's kind of shaking the body, shaking it out. You know, like if you've got a straw with some gunk in there, you know, you kind of pound it on the ground to try to loosen that stuff up. Again, finding that tension, lifting up and down, down, down. Let it go. Find the tension. Release it. Release it. Release it. Now I find as I'm practicing these, when I'm first starting out, I'm kind of like really trying to get rid of it. As I kind of loosen things up and as I get more in tune with myself, more aware of where my tensions are, it actually becomes much lighter. So I'm just kind of just throwing down, just breathing and releasing. Breathe and release. Now I realize if you're somewhere where other people can see you, you might feel a little silly. Don't worry about them. But certainly this feels a little more comfortable for most people to practice in private. Okay, they're wondering what you're doing. You're really just exercising, shaking things off. You see people all the time. You know, they get mad and they slam on a table, or a child gets angry and stomps their foot in the ground. You know, I want my candy, whatever it is. Those are natural ways that we always use to clear chi, clear stagnant chi out of our system, okay? People getting ready to go into a cold pool or something, slamming, getting psyched up, okay? The same thing we're doing here. Our next one we're going to do is called shaking the pillars. First one, our feet were a little bit wider apart. For shaking the pillar, I like to think of myself as a pillar, a big, tall pillar holding up the roof or something. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just bring my heels off the ground and just tap. And here I don't bend my knees quite as much. They're still bent, but I like to keep a little bit of more solid structure here. I don't want to bend so much because I'm actually trying to shake. This is like I was talking earlier about the straw, where you try to, you know, knock something on the ground and you're trying to shake it loose. We're trying to find that tension within us, kind of get a little vibration going. And once you got it kind of shook up, we're going to drop. So I go 8, and on my last one, I give a big drop. So ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Drop. As I'm doing that, I'm imagining those dark clouds coming from my hands down into the earth. Also imagining all that stagnant chi coming from my feet. Again, driving down into the earth below my heels. Okay, again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, The other thing I'm doing is I do these. That's why I don't bend my knees too much. I don't want to cushion myself too much. I'm trying to shake everything from my body all the way up to my brain. Don't want to give yourself a concussion with this, but you do kind of want to shake things up there. You're not only shaking out tension within your body, but you're also trying to shake out tension within your mind. So you're trying to, those things that are bothering you, those things that are in the back of your mind, kind of just there, right at the edge of the subconscious, you're trying to shake those loose too. Let's go 2 more this time. Try to shake out any of those negative thoughts you got floating around. We'll talk more about those in a moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Drop. Yeah, get that stuff out of there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Drop. And really what we're doing here is we're increasing our awareness before we begin our Tai Chi practice. Our last one, and this is probably one of my favorites, is very similar to the big drop, except instead of just dropping down, this time we're going to throw the ball. You imagine that you've got a ball in both hands, and I'm throwing them into these black triangles right in front of me. The ball is like that dark cloud, except now it's kind of like a ball. I'm going to throw it into the ground below me. Feel like Last Airbender or something with this one. And as you're going here, you're twisting your body, which means that you're kind of wringing out all that stagnant chi that's within you, within your mind, within your body. Just like a wet towel, you're going to wring it out and let it all go out your hands, out your heels, down into the earth, where it'll do the most good. So let's try that one as well. Ready? Take a big deep breath in. Breathe out. Let that tension go. Try to keep yourself up nice and tall. Knees nice and bent on this one. We've already shaken out a lot of this stuff. This is also a good warm-up for the rest of our Tai Chi practice. We're getting the body moving. We're becoming aware of our stance, aware of our breath, and most of all, we're loosening up, getting rid of all that stagnation, all those issues, all those problems. Let your shoulders relax. Let your arms relax. Let your waist relax. Those facial features, your eyebrows, lips, don't need to purse them. Just let it all go. Feeling those legs relax, knees relax, heels just relaxing into the ground below you. Fingers and toes, letting it go as we throw that stuff away. Getting rid of all that excess baggage that we just don't need. It's not helping us right now. Let's go 3 more. Good, shake it out. Hopefully you feel a lot better now. Any tension that you might have had earlier before we started is hopefully starting to dissipate. Now we began really focusing on physical tension within our body, but there are other types of tension as well. Mental is one we just talked about. Mental tension is all those problems, issues, concerns, things that distract us from our Tai Chi practice, things that keep us from the moment. That could be maybe a work project or a school project that you've got on your mind that you've got to get finished. It could be a negative interaction that you had with a family member. It could be, we were talking about our car earlier, maybe your car needs to go to the shop. We've all got this laundry list of things that we need to get done, and those things are always on our mind, and they should be. But we also need to take a time to just kind of put those aside for a while. And that's what we want to do right now. We want to take all those distractions, problems, concerns, issues, and let them go. So we're going to go back to holding the ball, or throwing the ball. Sorry. And we're just going to, as those thoughts come up, let them go. And the great thing about Tai Chi is that you don't have to identify what those thoughts are. You can just identify it as stagnant Chi thoughts. Doesn't matter what it is. We're not going to spend any time thinking about it right now. We're just going to be in the moment and let it go. And of course, you can do this mentally, this mental stagnation exercise. You could do it with the big drop. You could do it with shaking the pillar, okay? You're just trying to take all those mental energies and let them go for just now. And of course, there are other unblocking techniques that we do. You'll see them in some of my other videos, and we'll talk more about them later. But right now, we just want to let all that mental stuff just go. We can get back to it after practice. 2 more. Okay, so now hopefully we've kind of cleared the cobwebs of all those laundry list items that we've got, or all those problems, those things that kind of want to keep at us. We've let it go. Next thing is our emotions. An emotion needs a thought to exist. So a lot of times when we have a problem, an issue, or concern that we're thinking about, what happens is emotion gets caught onto it. Again, say that you've got a discussion, a meeting with a boss at work over a project that you've got, and you're a little worried about it. Well, that's that worry. The thought of the meeting brought the worry in. So we want to try to get rid of those emotions that have been connected to those thoughts as well. Maybe you've got a neighbor's dog who just barks all the time. And every time you hear that dog bark, you get angry. Even when the dog isn't barking, but you think, oh, that dog's always barking. As soon as you have that thought, anger comes up. Those emotions aren't going to help us with our Tai Chi practice. Again, they bring us out of the now. They bring us away from our concentration on our form. And they're really not helpful right now. Maybe later on we need to talk to our neighbor about the dog, or we have to find a way to deal with that problem. But right now, we want to just focus on helping ourselves, bring our Qi in harmony, okay? Finding our balance. So we're going to let those emotions go. So once again, let's sync the Qi. Bend our knees, breathe in, and scan our body, scan our mind for all those stagnant emotions. Stuff that we might not even really be aware that we're feeling, but we're feeling it. That argument you had with a friend last week, that guy who cut you off in traffic, work problems, school problems, family problems, and all the emotions that come with us. We're just going to soothe those out, find them, locate them, and toss them away. Yeah, it's really that easy. Okay, so we found these emotions, and we don't have to identify the emotions if we don't want to. We can just call them stagnant emotions and toss them away. Let's go. Throw in the ball. Let that stuff go. We're doing Tai Chi. There we go. I got a lot of stuff to get rid of. Didn't even know until I was practicing. There we go. Turn that body, wring it out, let it go. Breathe out. You should throw that ball into those dark triangles. Breathe in as you lift up. Push it away. Oh, feeling better already. Sometimes it feels good to just let that stuff go. Tension gone. Distracting thoughts gone. Negative emotions out the door, baby. Let's go. 2 more. Okay, shake that out. Now, we've gotten rid of some of the tension in our body. We've got rid of some of the distracting thoughts. And we've got rid of the emotions that are attached to those thoughts. But sometimes, especially in the past, those thoughts, those emotions, and then the actions that we've had with them develop a sort of story. They create a theme, a narrative that plays in our mind. A lot of those narratives are good. Times that we were successful in things that we're very pleased with ourselves for doing. But a lot of those stories, the ones that really affect us, they're kind of negative. Those could be old traumas, things that we feel guilty about, things that we regret, things that really bother us. You know, every time you think about the interaction that you had with that person at one time, wasn't really your fault maybe, but it wasn't handled the way you would have wanted it to be. Sometimes it's not your fault at all, but again, that emotion comes back. These problems of guilt, of shame, feeling less worthy of things. we have to let those go too, because those things really hold us back from our Tai Chi practice. So we have to release it, and that can be very difficult. Now, of course, what I'm talking about right now is just typical problems and typical traumas that we've all gone through, okay? Some of them a little worse than others. We've all had bad stuff happen to us, and part of Tai Chi is learning to confront that. But there is some major trauma, some major problems. Now, if you have those kind of things, and Tai Chi can't help bring them up, and I do believe that Tai Chi can help heal those sorts of traumas. But I'm a Tai Chi instructor, not a therapist, not a psychiatrist, not a mental health professional. And I really, really ask you, if you've got some sort of serious trauma, serious problem, serious feelings of guilt, if for some reason you feel like harming yourself or others, please reach out. If you're in the United States, you can always dial or text 988 for the National Suicide and Crisis Hotline. Reach out. Find someone who can help you. Please do. Tai Chi can't help you if you're not with us, okay? We want you to keep training with us. And if you're not in the United States, I know YouTube has worldwide reach. Please find some way locally to reach out to a mental health professional, a clergy, a friend, an elder, someone who can help you with your problems. Tai Chi goes a long way towards this, and I really believe that with mental health help and Tai Chi is a great mix, okay? It's a supplement. It's like when you're trying to diet and you lose, you want to drink water, okay? Tai Chi is the water. It's the thing that helps you, okay? Certainly, it's going to help, but you also might need to see the doctor. And that's what I think you need to do if the trauma is really, really tough. But if you're also in therapy and you're going through some stuff, it might be good to talk to your therapist, talk to your counselor about this Tai Chi practice. Let them know what you're doing. My imagination is that they'll think it's a very, very positive thing for you. I truly believe Tai Chi is one of the best ways, and it's been proven to help people with mental issues. With all that said, let's get to it, okay? So we don't need to take on the darkest, most horrid day in your life. But those typical traumas, those typical problems that we have, and we all carry them with us, let's go ahead and get rid of those. Those feelings of guilt, those feelings of remorse, those feelings of regret. Anything that might, again, be bothering us and kind of hanging on us, those things that kind of gnaw at you, when you're just about to fall asleep and you're like, oh, I wish I hadn't done that, okay? Let's let it go because we're about to do Tai Chi. We're about to take all kinds of wonderful Chi energy into us. We don't need that bad stuff clouding things up. So let's scan. Find those feelings. Scan it again. They usually come up pretty quickly. Sometimes they're buried deep, and it's all okay. It comes at its own time. One more time. Relax, breathe out. Okay. Yep, there they are. Let's go ahead and let them go. Throw the ball. There we go. And again, the beautiful thing about Tai Chi is you don't have to talk about it. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to worry about it, concern yourself. You can just identify these as stagnant regrets, stagnant problems, okay? This is all just stagnant Chi, old Chi. That stuff that's deep down. We're going to get rid of that old stagnation. It's been bothering us for a long time. Not doing us any good. We're going to move on now. Throw any feelings of shame, regret, pain, sorrow, heartache. Feels good to just let it go for a while, doesn't it? Just maybe, you could let it go forever. But no pressure on that. No tension. You don't have to. Sometimes we want to hold on to our pain. I get it. Maybe even I hold on to some stuff. I really don't need to. That's okay. But for now, let's just try. Let's just see what it feels like. Let some of that stuff go. 3 more. Okay, let's scan. Relax. This is the best part. Scanning and going, oh, all that tension gone. Didn't even know it was there. What happened? That's probably how your car feels after a good oil change. It's like, oh, I'm running so much better now. So much easier. Okay, yeah, I'm starting to feel that chi coming up, which is what we're going to do next. In the next video, we'll work on taking chi energy from the environment, from the earth, from the sky, and learning to circulate it into our body. Okay? As always, thank you for training with me. I really appreciate you being here. I hope this was very useful for you. Thank you.